They gave me the worst room on the family trip. They didn't know I owned the hotel. My cousin's wedding was supposed to be a celebration, but my family turned it into their annual Remind David He's the Family Disappointment tournament. I'd driven 8 hours through torrential rain, took time off from my rapidly expanding tech consulting firm, and brought an expensive crystal sculpture that cost more than most people's monthly rent. The thanks I got? Room 127 in the basement level, squeezed between the ice machine and maintenance closet. Sorry, David, but the nicer rooms went to people with families, my Aunt Patricia announced while handing out key cards with the ceremonial flourish of a judge delivering sentences. You understand, right? Priority goes to those with real responsibilities. I watched the hierarchy unfold like a cruel social experiment. Jake, the groom, got the penthouse suite with panoramic city views. My sister Emma secured the deluxe king room with a garden balcony, despite being single and childless herself. Even my perpetually unemployed brother Mike, who'd been finding himself for 3 years in our parents' basement, got a standard room on the 3rd floor with actual windows and functioning air conditioning. Me, the guy who'd been quietly building a software company for 5 years, working 18-hour days and turning down family gatherings because I was building something meaningful, basement level, next to the mechanical room where the building's heartbeat thundered through thin walls. It's just one night, my mom added, not looking up from her phone where she was posting whole family together photos to Facebook. You're used to roughing it anyway. Remember your college dorm? The casual dismissal stung more than the room assignment. To them, I was still that college dropout who'd wasted his potential by leaving engineering school to start a business. They'd never asked about revenue streams or breakthrough moments. In their minds, I was trapped in amber at age 22. The family screw-up who'd thrown away a perfectly good education to chase impossible dreams. What they didn't know was that I'd bought this entire hotel chain 6 months ago. 3 locations across the state, including this flagship property where my cousin was getting married. The acquisition had been handled through my LLC, Pinnacle Holdings, so my name wasn't publicly attached. I'd been planning to tell everyone this weekend, maybe during the reception toast when spirits were high and champagne had softened their perpetual judgment. Heading toward the elevator, I noticed the general manager, Rebecca Chen, watching nervously from behind the mahogany front desk. She'd been trying to catch my eye since I arrived, probably wondering why the owner of her hotel was being treated like an unwanted relative. Her professional composure couldn't quite mask the confusion flickering across her features. I gave her a subtle shake of my head. Not yet. She nodded almost imperceptibly and returned to her paperwork. The basement room was exactly as humiliating as intended. Flickering fluorescent lights cast everything in sickly green pallor, while constant mechanical hum created an industrial symphony that would make sleep impossible. The single window offered a spectacular view of the parking garage's concrete pillars and oil stains. The carpet had seen better decades. My family had made their point clear. I didn't matter enough for decent accommodations or basic respect. I sat on the lumpy mattress and opened my laptop, checking emails from clients who paid my firm 6 figures for digital transformation consulting. Tomorrow, 3 Fortune 500 companies would be competing for my attention. But tonight, I was just disappointment David, relegated to the basement because I'd chosen an unconventional path. Tomorrow morning, during the farewell brunch when everyone gathered for final goodbyes, they'd learn exactly who they'd been dismissing all these years. Rebecca already had the ownership documents ready, along with a few other surprises I'd arranged. Sometimes the best revenge isn't elaborate schemes. Sometimes it's just letting people discover their own stupidity in the cold light of day. I smiled and returned to my emails. Tomorrow would be very interesting indeed.